Picture this. You step into your garden on a beautiful morning, coffee in hand, and every single leaf is pristine, glossy, and disease-free. No powdery mildew creeping across your squash, no black spot ruining your tomatoes. And here's the best part. You haven't lifted a single spray bottle of chemicals in weeks. Sound too good to be true? It's not. And before we dive in, make sure you stick around for secret number 3, where I'm going to show you how to custom brew your own microscopic special ops team that hunts down specific diseases. It completely defies everything you thought you knew about plant care. Let's get into it. Here's the thing most gardeners don't realize. Your plants are already covered in sugar. Yes, sugar. Every single day, your plants release up to 20% of the carbohydrates they produce. A sweet, sticky, exudates all over their leaves. Scientists call this area the phyllosphere, and it's basically an all-you-can-eat buffet for disease pathogens. Fungi, bacteria, mold spores, they land on those sugary leaves, chow down, and then launch their attack. Now, most folks reach for baking soda when they see the first signs of trouble. And sure, baking soda works, kind of. Its high pH bursts the cell walls of existing pathogens, killing them on contact. But here's the problem. The moment it rains or you water your plants, that baking soda washes right off. And guess what's still sitting there on the leaves? All that sugar. So new pathogens just move right back in, like squatters into an empty house. You're stuck in an endless cycle of spraying, waiting, and spraying again. Exhausting, right? Now, let me introduce you to the Living Armor upgrade, Aerated Compost Tea. This isn't some passive defense that washes away. This is an aggressive, intelligent army that moves in and never leaves. A single drop of properly brewed compost tea contains tens of thousands to millions of beneficial microbes, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, all working together. Within just a few hours of spraying, they form a protective biofilm, like a microscopic slime shield over 100% of your leaf surface. They eat up every single molecule of that sugar, leaving absolutely zero food and zero space for disease pathogens to land. It's called Competitive Exclusion, and it's nature's most brilliant defense system. Think of it this way. Spraying baking soda is like hiring a rent-a-cop to chase burglars away from your house. Once he clocks out and goes home, your house is empty, and the burglars just come right back. But spraying compost tea, that's like inviting an entire volunteer battalion to set up camp all around your property. The burglars won't even find a place to stand, let alone a crumb to steal. And here's a lazy tip for you. Spray your plants early in the morning or late in the evening when the sun isn't blazing hot. That gives your microbe army plenty of time to unpack, stick to the leaves, and get comfortable while you kick back and relax. Let me know in the comments. Are you still using the old baking soda trick, or are you ready to upgrade to Living Armor? Type baking soda or compost tea down below. I'm curious to see where you're at. Alright, secret number 2 is a game changer, and it's the difference between brewing liquid gold and accidentally poisoning your garden. I'm talking about the 6 parts per million rule. Now you might be thinking, wait, can't I just toss some compost in a bucket of water, let it sit for a few days, and call it tea? Technically, yes, but what you'll actually end up with is a toxic, stinky sludge that will burn your plants faster than you can say, "What went wrong?" Here's why. When you soak compost in a closed bucket without any air circulation, you create an anaerobic environment, meaning zero oxygen. And in that oxygen-starved swamp, all your good microbes suffocate and die. What thrives instead? Rot bacteria. These nasty little guys produce alcohols, toxins, and acids that will literally scorch your plant's roots and leaves on contact. It smells like death, and it acts like it too. To make true aerated compost tea, you absolutely must use an air pump to keep the dissolved oxygen level above 6 parts per million. When you maintain that oxygen-rich environment, something magical happens. Your beneficial bacteria start doubling every 20 minutes. After just 24 to 36 hours of brewing, you'll have billions, yes billions, of disease-fighting microbes ready to deploy across your entire garden. Let me give you Grandma's take on this. Brewing compost tea is exactly like keeping a pet fish in a tank. You've got to keep the oxygen bubbling, so your good microbes stay healthy, multiply, and clean up the mess. But soaking compost in a sealed bucket without air, that's just making a stinky, suffocating sewer soup that will burn your garden to a crisp. And here's the best part. You don't have to do any heavy lifting. Forget manually stirring buckets like you're churning butter. Just grab a cheap $10 aquarium bubbler from any pet store. Drop it into your bucket, plug it in, and let the bubbles do 100% of the work for you. Set it, forget it, and come back in a day to liquid gold. Quick question for you. Have you ever accidentally made stinky sewer soup by soaking weeds or compost without a bubbler? Type yes or no in the comments. Don't be shy. We've all been there. Alright, now we're getting to the really cool stuff. Secret number 3, the microbe bait trick. This is where you stop being a passive gardener and start becoming a strategic mastermind. Because here's the thing, not all compost tea is created equal. You can actually customize your brew based on exactly what you're trying to protect. If you're growing vegetables, tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, cucumbers, you want a bacterial-dominated tea. Bacteria are like your basic infantry. They're fast, aggressive, and they love to protect soft, leafy plants. To call in the bacteria, you feed them simple sugars. Add 1 to 2 ounces of molasses per gallon of water and brew it for 24 hours. That's it. The bacteria will explode in population. And when you spray that tea on your veggies, they'll form an impenetrable shield against bacterial diseases like leaf spot and blight. But if you're protecting fruit trees, apples, peaches, citrus, or dealing with fungal diseases like powdery mildew or rust, you need a fungal-dominated tea. Beneficial fungi are your special ops snipers. They grow long, sticky hyphae. Think of them like microscopic lassos that trap and strangle disease spores before they can even germinate. But fungi are picky eaters. They don't want simple candy like molasses. They want complex carbohydrates, the fancy stuff. So you add 1 to 2 ounces of humic acid, liquid kelp, or fish powder per gallon, and you brew it longer, between 36 and 48 hours. This gives the fungi time to grow their trapping networks. And when you spray that tea on your trees, it's like deploying an elite task force that hunts down diseases with surgical precision. Here's Grandma's wisdom on this one. If you want to call in the basic infantry to protect your veggies, you feed them simple candy like molasses. But if you want to invite the special ops snipers up into your fruit trees to hunt down diseases, you've got to serve them a fancy seafood buffet of kelp and fish powder. Feed the right troops, and they'll do all the fighting for you while you sit back and enjoy the show. And here's a lazy tip that'll save you so much time. Keep a squeeze bottle of molasses and a bottle of liquid kelp right next to your brewing station. No measuring cups, no fuss. Just give it a lazy squeeze, about 2 tablespoons per gallon, and you're done. So let's recap what we've covered today. Secret number 1, ditch the baking soda and upgrade to living armor with aerated compost tea. Your plants get a permanent, self-renewing shield that pathogens can't penetrate. Secret number 2, always brew with oxygen above 6 parts per million, or you'll end up with toxic sludge instead of liquid gold. A $10 bubbler does all the work for you. And secret number 3, customize your brew. Feed molasses to bacteria for veggies, and feed kelp or fish powder to fungi for fruit trees. And when your neighbors walk by, desperately spraying chemicals on their powdery mildew, while your garden looks like a glossy magazine cover, they'll beg to know your secret. You can just smile and tell them you have an invisible army working for you. Now, if you want to stop working so hard in the garden and let nature do the heavy lifting, hit that subscribe button right now. You won't want to miss next week's video, where I'll show you exactly how to build a foolproof, set it and forget it DIY compost tea brewer for under $20. No complicated parts, no guesswork, just results. And before you go, I want to hear from you. Which secret surprised you the most? Was it the living armor, the oxygen rule, or the custom microbe bait trick? Drop a comment and let me know. I read every single one, and I love hearing your stories. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy gardening!